Yes,
red lights on. Lights go out for 15 minutes now. Clenell slow from the second row. A good start from Keir, though, so he's going to lead into paddock sideways. Clenell as he goes up the gears. Higginson going for second.
Yes.
A great start from him. And there is a damp patch there that a few cars have had to run into, and Higginson's going to go for second, Marcus, uphill into Druids.
Yeah, that's right. It's Satchwell, isn't it, who holds second. Up the inside goes Matt Higginson, and fourth place is Craig Pollard at that point. Actually, Adam Walker running wide, and through they come. There's Tom Gadd charging his way through. He's just gone past Tom Westworth. Tom Gadd running in about 6th or 7th place at the moment, but Chris Keir holding on out front. And this is a whole new experience for him. I saw Pollard have a bit of a lunge just out of shot. There's Keir and Higginson, 1 and 2 then. Higginson and the Mattel, My Rider car. He goes through. There's the chase. It's on. There might be a change for Paddock, and then there's 3 abreast for 4th. Dan Gore on the inside, Satchwell on the outside, Tom Gadd on the inside, but it's Keir holds on from Higginson. In 3rd place is Pollard. Running really wide is Satchwell. He's going to get onto the curb. He gets back into it. Oh, and Keir gets locked up. He manages to hold on to it. Very well done, but he gets back on and came precious close to clipping Tom Gadd as he did so.
Yeah, it's a bit damp uphill into Druids, isn't it? And like you say, he's locked, I think, the rear brakes, which snapped the car, but he'd been doing a great job up to that point. And he then is in something like 5th or 6th position. Chris Keir, the 35-year-old from Newcastle. He started racing in 2020 in Renault Clios, and they turned their way up there at Clearways Corner to complete the lap there. Matt Higginson is leading with Craig Pollard chasing him. Pollard, who was 2nd yesterday. 5th was Higginson. Then Dan Gore, who was 3rd yesterday. Gaddy's 4th. That's where he finished yesterday. The winner, Rob Wellham, 5th. Chris Keir, the best of the rest, in 6th. So we've got the fast 5 in a different order to yesterday at the front of the pack. Battles a bit further behind. Sam Satchwell under threat from James Clenell. The Formula V racer almost got into the side of Sam Satchwell there. Satchwell, the driver from Southampton, ahead of James Clenell, who travels from the United States for his racing in F1000. So it's a big battle pack, which Chris Keir is at the head of in 6th position. And again, Clenell having a look for what is 8th, I think, on Satchwell, with Chaz Hyton in the train. Already the leaders across the line. So far they ahead. Craig Pollard, a 46.2. They're only 0.8 of a second off of the lap times from yesterday already, Marcus.
Yeah, amazing. Rob Wellham up into 4th place at the expense of Gadd. That's the best time, 46.225 for Wellham.
So that's impressive. So we certainly have got a pretty dry circuit, even if there are damp patches. Clenell being attacked here by Chaz Hyton for 9th position into Druids. So Clenell, who looked like he was going to gain a position on the previous lap, is losing one. And yeah, Clenell down to 10th, the 41-year-old who lives in Manhattan. But it's Matt Higginson who leads by half a second at the end of 3 laps over Craig Pollard. And Dan Gore in 3rd, then Rob Wellham and Tom Gadd, as Marcus said, dropped behind Wellham on that 3rd lap of the race. Lap 4 is completed. Into the 45s now for a few, including Wellham, who's got the fastest lap, a 45.8 for Wellham, as the battle back behind go across the line with Tom Westworth now in 6th, and we've lost Chris Keir. I think there was a calf at Graham Hill Bend a few moments ago. I wonder if that was Chris Keir. He's got back going now, I think, but he's at the back of the pack.
Yeah, Gore under pressure from Rob Wellham now, and let's say 45s is the pace for the leader and the 4th place man at the start of this lap. And as they charge through in these Jedi cars, and the 40th anniversary of Wellingborough-based Jedi, the first car they built for hill climbing back in 1984. They've made a couple of hundred of them these days, and they're absolutely fantastic little racers.
Side by side here as Tom Gadd goes back down the inside of Rob Wellham and goes back through. He got a good run out of Clearways. Drew up alongside down the Brabham Straight, and he's up the inside into paddock. Tom Gadd back into 4th in the Team Sellers racing car. TSR, who runs so many cars in the 750 Motor Club race meetings, low-cost Mazda 7s, and F1000 now as well. And Tom Gadd, one of their prime drivers, winning the low-cost championship a few seasons ago, and winning the F1000 title last year. He's up into 4th.
He carried a lot of speed through Surtees, did Tom Gadd that time, and that's brought him back towards it.
A few spots of rain and return to our commentary box windows. They're very, very light at the moment. They're on the camera lenses too, though, which could be daunting for those out on the circuit with Matt Higginson. Here he comes then, up Howard Hill, the race leader, 0.8 ahead of Craig Pollard. 2 long-standing 750 Motor Club racers and champions. Matt Higginson, the three-time RGB champion, which his first dates back to 11 years ago. And Craig Pollard, the double Formula V champion, most recently 2 seasons ago. Still being assisted by Graham Gant, who's Formula V. He took to the title a couple of years ago, and now he's helping him engineer this Jedi racing car. But it's the Mattel Cars run disc lock Jedi of Matt Higginson, who completes 7 laps as the leader, with lap time still sitting strong in the 45-second bracket despite a few spots of rain.
Yeah, that's right. And Gad's beginning just to put a bit of daylight between himself and Rob Wellham. There's the Satchwell and Heighton tussle ahead of Clennell. Behind Clennell is Adam Walker.
It's amazing they have to sort of go through that splash at the top of paddock if they're not on the perfect line. But these Jedis seem to work really well on slick tyres, even when it is a bit damp. Remember from races over the last couple of seasons that you can get a Jedi on slicks much earlier than you can get a sports car, for example. Matt Higginson's pulled his lead out to over a second. He's about to come up across the line to complete 8 laps. Meanwhile, for 7th, Chaz Heighton dives to the inside of Sam Satchwell, goes through up at Clearways, sliding off the corner there. Satchwell as he tries to get back up the inside as they come through Clark Curve to complete 8 laps of racing, right in the toe, up on the high line, then into Paddock Hill Bend goes Sam Satchwell, but I think Chaz Heighton's done it. He's through into 7th.
Yeah, he has, and behind them you can see Clennell. Behind Clennell is the silver car with the red nose, which is Adam Walker, and then we've got Chapman and Thomas. We are waiting for completion of lap for the Icelandic driver, Gunnlaugur Jónasson. There he goes, back for a second season.
Not too far away from being caught by Chris Keir and then being caught by the overall leaders too, who are back to under a second between them. But maybe that traffic with 3 cars quite close to one another could pose a threat for Matt Higginson. Here they come up towards Druids, the top 4 particularly close, with Tom Gadd closing in on the back of Dan Gore. Rob Wellham, after gaining that position on lap 2 or 3, has dropped away again, yesterday's winner, and it's Tom Gadd looking strong at this point. Through Graham Hill Bend, down the Cooper Straight, up towards Surtees Corner. They come, they swoop so quickly through Surtees and right, and then a bit of braking into Clearways, Marcus.
Gadd is so quick through there. You can see he's made time on Dan Gore. And this year, the Hoosier tyres a little bit narrower at the front, a little bit wider at the back, but taller rolling radius. Just going past, I think that's, is that Diamond? I think it might well be. They've lapped him. And they've got Gunnlaugur Jónasson ahead of them. That's the disc lock My Rider car of Higginson, Triple RGB champ of years past. And Pollard now have to find a way past Jónasson, the first Icelandic racer here at Brands since Sverrir Thorodsson back in the 1970s. Tom's going very slowly down the back straight.
Yeah, not sure that was Keir, who was just ahead of Jónasson previously.
He's trying to stay out of the way, isn't he?
Yeah.
Trying to let them pass, then he'll get back onto it and try to hound down Jónasson, who's not going terribly quickly. In fact, slightly smoky, I think, the Jónasson car.
Leaders across the line. Higginson got the best of the traffic. He's extended his lead back out to 1.1 seconds. And Pollard, Gore and Gadd are still close. Rob Wellham's dropping away in 5th spot, perhaps saving his tyres for the next race. And Tom Westworth is the best of the rest in 6th spot, and that is a place higher than he finished yesterday. Chaz Heighton got 6th yesterday, and he's in 7th and catching the car ahead at this point.
Yep, and Gadd again very, very quick through the Surtees McLaren section. Gore gets a little bit of an advantage on acceleration initially, but then Gadd tucks into the slipstream. He gets on the power earlier. With that little compression over the start line, and they are absolutely nose to tail. But Gore left his braking very late, hopped over the curb on the inside that flicked the Mattel Racing car. Gadd's now going to try to work out where on this Indy circuit 2 very evenly matched cars could potentially change position.
Gadd set the fastest lap on the last lap of 45.4, 200ths quicker than Pollard did a couple of laps ago, and now Gadd, as Marcus has been making reference to, so quick through 30s, closes onto the underneath the rear wing of Dan Gore as they turn their way now through clearways, out of Clark Curve and across the line. And now Higginson's improved on that best lap, a 45.450 for Matt Higginson in 83, the new aimshop.com fastest lap of the race. As the battle for third continues, Dan Gore, the 44-year-old, originally from Leeds, nowadays lives in London. Double Caterham race winner previously. He's been racing though in this championship for 5 seasons now. And off, Tom Gadd.
That's Gadd.
Yeah, he spun at Graham Hill Bend, got out on the grass as he got stuck in the gravel. He's right on the edge of that gravel bed on the Cooper Straight. It's a rare mistake. Yeah, Tom Gadd's out of it. He's undone his belts. He's clambering out of the car, I can see. So Tom Gadd, who was running in 4th position, very rare to see a mistake. There he is. He's out of the car, Marcus, with the rear wheels stuck in the gravel.
Yeah, and strutting away to safety. What a shame. That was looking very promising. Pollard, meanwhile, has done the best lap, 45.338.
And that lap time, quicker than yesterday. That's the fastest lap of the weekend. Fastest lap of the season on the Brands Hatch Indy circuit so far, 45.338. But we won't be going quicker for a little bit because the safety car's been deployed with just 3.5 minutes of the race to go. With that car of Tom Gadd off. So the marshals, we thank them for their service. They wave the yellow flags in these bitter conditions that we have at Brands Hatch to start the season.
This is going to finish under the safety car, isn't it? With 3 minutes to go.
The only thing, the car is very close to the cut-off point to the back entry to the pit lane at Graham Hill Bend.
But they've got to reach it, that's the problem.
That's the problem indeed. That is absolutely the issue, and the safety car's got to pick up the leader first. One half of the pit lane, car 9, Ryan Thomas, the marine engineer, is in the pits in his 2nd season of racing. And I thought there was a car that sounded a bit rough, so I wonder if that was Thomas's machine. The safety car's only now just joined the circuit, so it's going to be a little while before we can get the cars all under control. So that's going to take time, and therefore, as Marcus suggested, it looks like that might be it. But it's interesting how these top 5, they're so similarly paced, Marcus. It's all about getting to the front early, and then whoever is ahead can control the pace seemingly.
Yeah, exactly. We've had, 6 drivers in that kind of mid-45s. And it is difficult to overtake here, no doubt about it. But it was intriguing to see as the race developed that Tom Gadd was desperately trying to get a podium place, wrest it from the grasp of Dan Gore in the Mattel Racing Penguin car.
The F1000 Championship has 2 really technical circuits up next, Alton Park and Cadwell Park, 2 great circuits to race these cars round.
Yes, they're looking forward to Cadwell, aren't they? And it's somewhere that we've not... check has been thrown early with a minute and a half to go, and that makes every sense.
So Matt Higginson, for the first time this season, will be a race winner. There he comes across the line now in the middle of the safety car train. Matt Higginson then, an F1000 Championship race winner. Craig Pollard 2nd and Dan Gore 3rd. But yeah, going back to your point, Marcus, it's been a few seasons since the championship's been at Cadwell Park. I know Tom Gadd was telling me earlier in the year, or the end of last year, he was saying I want to go to Cadwell Park. He was thinking about selling the car. He saw the calendar. He saw it had Cadwell Park on. We're keeping the car. We're doing a few rounds to start this season off at Leeds because he wants to race the car there.
And a Jedi driver, it was Richard Mitchum, wasn't it, had the outright lap record for quite a while.
He still does.
Might still do.
Will he after July's a trip to Cadwell Park, I wonder? Because over the last few years we have set a lot of new lap records, okay, on different tyres, but the quality of driver now is the highest I think this championship's had for a very long time. And so there's that opportunity. A very, very fast cars to be driving around Cadwell Park. Let's have a look.
And that screen grab tells your story, doesn't it?
Tom Gadd out of it. Race finishing under safety car. The race results, here they are. Matt Higginson the winner. The gaps are pointless basically because we finished under the safety car in a random order as well, with the winner at the back of the queue. Craig Pollard was 2nd, Dan Gore 3rd. So Pollard and Gore, the only drivers to get the podium twice Rob Wellham finishes 4th, Tom Westworth 5th, Chaz Heighton in 6th, Sam Satchwell, James Clennell, Adam Walker and Bird Chapman complete the top 10, Chris Keir, Gunnar Jonathan and Josh Dement, the only other finishers, with Tom Gadd in the gravel and Ryan Thomas in the pits. But we get more F1000 later on
Yes,
this afternoon.
We do. Will they get a third dry race? Well, let's hope so.
But who knows with how the weather has been. It's windy, it's very cold here at Brands Hatch. Those of you who are here listening to us on the PA don't need to hear that, but those of you watching at home on 750 Motor Club TV via the YouTube pages, make sure you subscribe and like the video to let others know about it, as well as our future live streamed coverages over the course of the season. So we're able to bring you the coverage from this cold day at Brands Hatch. Really unseasonably cold to start the season off. The idea of pushing the start of the season back to the end of April was to get good weather, and that's sort of backfired on us somewhat. But we're not the only ones. Thankfully, we've been able to start racing when we had planned to, unlike some other venues throughout the country today.
Indeed, indeed. Well, I mean, it's 5 or 6 degrees out there, isn't it, now with this really keen wind, which makes it feel like it's about 1 or 2, I would think. Really grim, but that entertained us for a quarter of an hour or so.
Yeah, even with an early finish and a safety car, we've still got 17 laps in. These cars are so fast, Marcus.
Higginson will be absolutely thrilled to bits with that, wouldn't he? Because he forged his way past the early leader, Chris Keir, who held on for a lap. And Higginson got through and made that break, and that really was decisive.
And we're about to hear from Matt Higginson, who's down in the pit lane with Kieran Mogg once more.
Unfortunately, a great race, cut a little bit short, but we have our top 3 drivers here. First place is Matthew Higginson. I'll just grab a quick word with Matthew, if we can step out here. Congratulations on that win. How was the conditions out there?
Not as bad as you think on your visor, so yeah, it was every time coming around a couple more speckles, but yeah, the grip was all right, I think. Just enough temperature to stay on the track.
And how was the competition out there? Was it tough? Did you find it difficult?
I always knew if I got off the start and got the front guys, I could build a gap, because I had the pace yesterday, but a couple of mistakes. But yeah, car's great. I've got my head in the game now, so needed that after yesterday's lacklustre effort.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the win.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you very much. Second place is Craig Pollard. If we just have a quick word with Craig. Craig, second place, close but not quite. How was it?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this isn't a theme for the season to come, who second place is, but equally to finish first, you've got to finish, and we had a fair shares of sort of mistakes last year in the first year, so I think at the end of the day I'm happy to bring home some solid points, and if we can do the same again in the last one, we'll be leaving here in a good place. So
I think your session was arguably the driest of the day so far. How was the conditions of the track?
It's still damp in places. I made a couple of mistakes, and I think it's the first time I've been on slick since karting way back when, and when you can see some rain coming down on the visor, you're just waiting for the moment where the grip's not there anymore. So I thought, you know what, let's play it safe. I was trying hard, and it looks like we might have got fastest lap or near to anyway, so let's see where we end up.
Absolutely. Well, good luck for the last race.
Thanks. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you very much. And we've got one more driver, Dan Gore, third place. Just a quick word with Dan here. Congratulations on the third place. How was it for you?
Intense again, like yesterday, so I didn't quite have the pace these guys, I don't think. There was a lot of water across paddock, so I was trying to take it easy there. I think Gadd had a bit more pace than me, to be honest, so I wasn't entirely happy when he spun.
Do you think there's more pace in the car than you?
I think we're going to make some step change to the next race. I think we know what we're going to do because of what was holding us back there, so I think there's the scope to go forward.
Excellent. Well, good luck for the last race, and congratulations on the podium.
Great, thank you. And just in case I don't win the last race, the plan is just like to dedicate this trophy to my mother, who can't be here today.
Absolutely fantastic then. Thank you very much. I think we're going to go to a quick ad break, I believe, and then we've got the historic class coming up next.